Welcome, dear students. In this section of the course on smart contracts development with Solidity for beginner, we now want to go through what are the tools you will need. Because if you want to program for the blockchain, like we said, Web3, then you need to use Solidity. Now, what are the Solidity tools out there that you can use? They are not that many compared to other languages. Like I told you, this is just developing, but there is a particular one we are going to use that was by Ethereum organization, and it will really help us a lot. So I will be introducing you to what we call REMIX. So it's an IDE, and if you have been into programming, and if you have not, IDE is a kind of application or software that makes it easier for you to write code, to edit them, to run them, and do a lot of things with your code. Now, that's been settled. Let's now check. So if you want to get started with REMIX, you need to go to remix.ethereum.org, and you can also, in the link in the forum for this course, you can also check out as well. I think I may be able to also add it to the video below the video. So now, once you get there, what are the things we need to do? So I want to make you through the workaround before we now go in depth into writing our smart contract and some other things like that. So first, we need to know how to use the tool, at least to the best of things you need to get started with as a beginner, probably. So now you visit REMIX. This is how it will look, but you won't have something like this name. So I want to show you one in incognito, how you will likely land. This is probably what you will see first. So this one is about the analytics. You can decide to decline or accept. So whichever one is your choice. So over here, I won't pick any, so I won't decide for you. You choose behind for yourself. So now this is probably the first thing you will come across. There may be a bit changes or even complete changes, and these things, as Solidity is evolving, a lot of changes is going on to the interface. So we'll still talk about Solidity versioning and things like that under this same section of Solidity, smart contract programming with Solidity, the tools and things like that. So now, what we just need here is, once you land here, this is what you will see. Default workplace. You see that's totally different from what I'm seeing here. So I will be using this to write henceforth on codes that we'll be doing in this course. But for a starter, I just want to show you so that in case you won't see anything like that, you can see this is what you will see, and you can just click here. I think once you select it, you can click here to rename it. So that's what brought about that programming FAQ course. So this different projects. For example, if you are a freelancer or you are building your own project, you get things like that. You can create different workplace, so you don't jump all the clients work together or your projects work together if you are building your own project, entrepreneur or things like that. So that's why you can create here another space. So this one can be like client 1 projects. So anything that has to do with your first client's project, or whichever the name, just let's use client. You can see it, then you can swap between here. Do you see it now? And there. So now over here, let's create another one. We have client 2 projects. So you can see it now. So you can switch between them. So for example, if you come to client one project, you can decide, you will see this default contract there. So just ignore them. The next thing, you can also delete any of this workplace. If we decide to say workplace this, you can see it. So I'm just conscious there are beginners out there, so trying to make the course helpful as much as I can for you to bring you up to speed. So this workplace, I can decide to delete it. So, but be very careful. Once you delete, any smart contract you have developed under here will be deleted. You can't see it again. So be careful of that. So it's better you don't even delete workplace as much as you can. So then we have this client. We can decide to, here is where you now create your smart contracts. Then here is the folder. Here, GitHub and things like that. Those ones are for advanced. You don't need them now. Now let's get started there. I think what I do prefer to create is first a folder where I can say this client wants to develop something for, let me say, school contracts. You understand? You want to develop another thing for, no, be careful. Don't select here. So here now we have another one for their DeFi contracts. You get what I'm saying? So this is just to get organized. So over here now, we can now decide to get started and say things like class. Just type and enter. It will fill it up for you with .sol. That's the extension of, you know, just like if you are writing in HTML, you have .html, in CSS. You get what I'm saying? So in Solidity, it will be .sol, S-O-L. So that's it. Yeah, we are not writing contract now. So just showing you around. Then you can always delete anyone you want. Let's say class. Or let me show you. When you right click, there are options to rename. You see it. You can rename it entirely to maybe just make sure the name is before the dots. You see it. So you can delete, you can publish, to Git, copy, you get things like that. Then compile. If you want to compile, we still do all those. Now we can copy and then paste. So if you have written this smart contract, you will need it along the course. You want to copy it and just add the next editing. Instead of typing everything from the beginning again, you just come here, rename it, and then we can call this something like class 2. Do you get what I'm saying now? So that's it. You can see it there. Each of it has their own folder. This can be for deposits. Do you get what I'm saying now? So each, you see that they are in different folder, and this help you. You need to be super organized as a programmer. It will really help your life and make your work neater and easier for you to sort things. Remember, in case you have this client now, you are coming back to this file after 3 months or 1 year. So remember when you are doing that, not that you do things as if you forget when you want to come back to that same thing and you don't work on it for the next 1, 2, 3 years. Will you be able to easily get it organized and spot what you need? So that's it. Then any other thing here, you can use this to increase whatever you are typing here when you are doing your, so you can see it if you want to say the more, and this also bring it down, and this shows you the current contract you open. You can see you can switch between them here or go back to home. So that's it. And as you do that, it will like also save, or you can also like maybe Ctrl S to try to save. And that's it. We still learn about all this errors and things like that. Then we have the second section here, which is the compiler. Like I told you earlier, that Solidity is an high-level language, and the EVM, the blockchain will not be able to run it. So they need to be compiled to bytes that will be understandable by the EVM to process it on the blockchain and things like that. So this is your compiler. Your compiler comes in different versions. We'll learn about it under versioning and things like that. But you need to mark this. I prefer to have this auto compile. So as you are writing your smart contract, it will be auto compiling. You don't need to be coming here all the time. Then the next one is the section where you will deploy. If you want to deploy a contract, you will need money on Ethereum Smart blockchain, BSC, Binance, Polygon, whatever. But here you should use JavaScript VM. That's like you have fake Ethereum. You see them 100 Ether that you can use to deploy your smart contract and test them instantly. So you'll be able to we still get to all those, but you just need to have them, know them, and you see deploy here when you have a valid smart contract to deploy. So the account, and when you are testing, you can swap between contracts. You still test them out. Then here you can install extension to do some other things, like you see DeFi Explorer, a lot of things. But at least this is basic. If you need anything, you can just search it and install it. But these are what we need for now to move on to the next stage. So make sure you get this set. So that's your exercise. Get this ready, play around it, and prepare yourself for us to get into coding. But I think for now we still talk more on some things, and that's it. So see you in the next section of the course. I remain Solomon Foske. Keep the programming spirit high and alive. Bye from Programming FAQ.